Can I be honest with me? I'm not satisfied with where I am, and for you I thirst. Will you come closer to me? But you say there's something that I must do first.
It feels like something is missing.
I don't know.
Can't comprehend all the distance.
And if I be quiet and listen, I can hear in the spirit, yeah.
Get closer.
Closer.
You gotta get closer.
That's all I got.
Get closer. You gotta get low. That's where your presence is.
That's where I find you.
And the direction is to get closer. You gotta get low.
No feet, they can't feel the void, no. No shofars and no, the noise just won't do it. I need you, yeah. Cause those headwraps and fringes are filthy rags without you, yeah.
It feels like something is
missing.
Can't comprehend all the distance.
And if I be quiet and listen, I can hear in the spirit, yeah. Get closer, closer.
If you want, you gotta get That's where your presence is.
That's where I find you, yeah.
And the direction is
down to be closer.
You gotta get low.
Abba me more. I'm going lower. Abba me more. And I'm getting closer and closer. Help me say,
Abba me more.
I'm drawing you.
I'm going lower.
Tears in my eyes.
Abba me more.
I don't wanna be without you. Where you go, I'll follow. It's not about me, no.
I'm going lower.
I must be glorified. I cast the pride to the side.
I'm getting closer.
I'm down low.
If
we wanna get closer,
I'm going lower.
We gotta get low. We gotta get low.
I'm getting closer.
We gotta get low. We gotta get low. We gotta get low.
Hey, shalom, everybody. Shalom. Of course, my name is Lorvins. I'm back again. I want to bid everyone peace and blessings, those that are listening on the Son of Shemite platform. And of course, those are on the Shonda at Large platform. Shonda, we thank you so much for allowing us to be able to bring awareness using your platform. So most High bless you for that. I don't want this message to be, sort of kind of like somber or anything like that. Really just, being in this awakening for a while now, we've witnessed a lot of things. And it's hard to believe that the Most High, based on the timing, 8-9 years now being awakened. So it was tugged on my heart. A lot of times when I do anything or make any moves, it's usually the cry of the people or the people calling me to do something. And usually that's sort of a kind of an indicator to me that maybe the Most High want me to say something, A lot of people look at me as someone who's sort of kind of like a leader. I don't never really want to uplift myself in that way, but sometimes you have to submit yourself in a way where you're obedient to the call to a particular crisis or whatever that happens, right? I kind of want to bring awareness to a subject that I think a lot of people really turn a blind eye to, which is domestic violence. It's a real thing. But I wanted to write an introduction and not really so much go off the dome too much so you guys can see where this is coming from, right? So, domestic violence is a silent epidemic that affects millions of individuals and families across the world, regardless of age, gender, culture, or economic status. It doesn't matter. It is not limited to just physical abuse. It can take the form of emotional, verbal, sexual, and financial control. And the result of that, it leaves deep scars that often remain unseen. Too often, victims suffer in silence due to fear, shame, or lack of support. While communities remain unaware of the warning signs or the resources available to help, raising awareness is not just about acknowledging the problem, right? It is about breaking the cycle of abuse, empowering survivors, holding perpetrators accountable, and creating safe environments where every person can live free from fear. So, by educating ourselves and others, we can turn awareness into action and action into lasting change. So, this is really what this is about. This is about awareness. This is about not only us on the platform teaching ourselves, but really teaching each other and holding one another accountable for these actions and acts that happen throughout the community, right? And it's just not a community thing, but this is a world thing. Um, so it's not because some of us got this knowledge or whatever, this and that, that this is a new thing. This is not new at all. But there is a thing where you can take a device or a manual, which is the manuscript that we subscribe to, where you can actually use this to abuse others, not just spiritually, but just as I read in the introduction, emotionally, verbally, and sometimes even sexually, financial control. And this, like you said, it leaves deep scars. And a lot of these scars, you're not able to see them. Some of the people that experience these things, they're not going to show you automatically. And so I've invited a few brothers that have some knowledge, practical knowledge in this matter. So I've invited Jay Lutch, Amir, and I also have my Ak G. He's also available. So go ahead and bring him on screen. And so we can have a candid conversation about this matter. This came to me the last few months, really less than a year in our community. There's been, sadly to say, people being murdered, killed, abused, um, just the word, man, to cause harm. And a lot of times we have to ask ourselves, are we complicit in some of these actions? Are we complicit in some of these results that happen? So, this is really an awareness, a plea to the brothers out there, not just the brothers, but the leaders, a cry, because there's a cry that's going on. Some of the women are suffering. Some of the women are suffering, and some of them are suffering in silence, especially when it comes to violence. Being able to feel like you have the power to control a human being because you're not being given that submission willingly, so you take it upon yourself that you want to force these behaviors into someone's life, into someone's mind, someone's child, to the point where you would use physical violence to hurt a woman. And one thing is to use physical violence, but then to cause harm to where you kill. And one of the main commandments is thou shalt not kill. But we have brothers literally losing their minds out there and causing these things on our women. We have to do way much better than that. We have to be a lot more responsible and holding each other accountable for what goes on in this community. And I just praise the Most High to give me at least a little bit of voice to be able to say, you know what, enough is enough. And for me to be able to open my platform, to be able to raise up my voice against this atrocity, against this violence, this wickedness that brothers are perpetrating among our sisters. So I've invited Jay Lutch, Amir, and Ak First, we're going to start with Jay Lutch and then Amir and Ak Introduce yourself. And if you want to give a brief, thought about what we're about to talk about, and then we can go from there.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Can I be heard? Hey, shalom, shalom, family. I'm having laptop difficulties here, so I'm trying to figure it out. But I'll be on my phone here from time to time, making it work. But shalom, shalom, family. Uh, it's most definitely a somber time period in dealing with the things that's happening in our community. And we most definitely want to give some pertinent attention to this matter. We want to talk about some things here dealing with brethren, as us as brothers, coming before the community, trying to have a conversation about how can we try to put this matter behind us as people who are trying to live righteously in the truth, people who are trying to live biblical lifestyles, cultural, one that's serving the Most High first and foremost, and serving one another. This is something to talk about. It's a serious matter, something that I personally don't take lightly, and I know the brethren here don't take it lightly at all. It's something that we need to address. It's something that we need to home in on. It's something that we need to point out to try to also help those who may not know what it looks like. Recognize signs, recognize things, and just and hopefully, if any brothers is listening to this, they can grab some notes in how to also deal with things that they may be struggling with as well. So we just want to be honest and straightforward in having a direct, honest conversation about this matter. It most definitely needs to be addressed. And I didn't want my brother coming on here alone and to talk about it with y'all. I love that he came and grabbed Maury Amir and Elder G to talk about the matter with us as well. So I just want to be able to hope to help and aid in with the message that my brother's trying to send forward.
Shalom, shalom. Name is Amir Ryder. Thankful to have this opportunity to speak on such an important matter. It's just unfortunate the circumstances that prompted this. This is something that's very serious. I have a lot to say, so I won't belabor the point. There's so much that I want to get into, sort of give a very therapeutic overall addressing of what this looks like and what we could potentially do as individuals, as a community, within our relationships to prevent these things from happening or to see where the potential exists for something like this to happen. But that's all I want to say for now because I got a lot to get into. So I yield.
Shalom, shalom, G. Thankful to be on the platform myself. I just pray that the Most High, His Spirit comes through and we can identify as men together, holding up men, because that's where it starts at. You know what I'm saying? We need to hold each other accountable. And the scripture says, husbands, love your wives as Mashiach loved the church. And he gave his life for it. So I just hope and pray that we can look at ourselves, or those who may have anger issues or whatever the case might be, can look at yourself and just pray for healing and pray for a change. I yield.
I appreciate you, brothers, for giving some introduction, your introduction into this matter. Um, yeah, so it is with a heavy heart that we have to have this conversation, and just to preface this discussion that we're going to have, this is for mature ears. So when we're talking, we're speaking from a point of being mature about this, being objective, being reasonable. We're not coming from a place of emotion when we talk about this, or at least that is the goal for us, not to be emotional about this particular subject. So we want to be objective and real, practical, and not being so dogmatic that we're so used to being when it comes to these type of conversation. Now, you may not see us quote script all over the place, right? Because when you really think about it, scriptures are always quoted, even in places where you're trying to correct a woman or correct a man, but you see these results still happen. So it's not the idea of quoting the scriptures, right? Because scriptures can be used for malicious reasons. So I pray that you guys can be open-minded, open up your ears, and you can understand what we're trying to convey using wisdom, right? Using wisdom. This is reality. We live in reality. So we want to have this discussion. So Amir, I really want to lean on you because, most people don't know, but like this is a man that I respect a lot when it comes to emotional intelligence. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to being objective and not being sort of biased about certain subjects, right?